Most people think failure is the real problem. I think failure is just a result, a data point. What actually keeps people stuck is fear. Fear of judgment, fear of disappointing the people around you, fear of wasting time, energy, or money, fear of trying and still not being good enough. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a dentist and business owner. But I'm also someone who knows what it feels like to carry fear while still trying to do something different. And I have learned how to keep moving even when fear shows up loud. So let's talk about how to let go of what's holding you back, because you don't have to be fearless to move forward. Let's start with one of the biggest fears: what other people think. The loudest critics are often the people closest to you. Family, friends. The people who say they care, but really don't understand your vision. And suddenly their doubt becomes your doubt. But here's something I remind myself of constantly. You weren't born to live for their approval. You're not here to meet someone else's expectations. You're here to create a life that's meaningful to you. Most of the fear you feel isn't even yours. It was passed down from families, from teachers, from systems that reward safety over risk. But you don't have to carry it anymore. And once you start stepping into your potential, you'll notice something else: the haters. There will always be someone who has something negative to say. But here's the mindset shift that I live by. If you are a nobody, you won't have haters. But if you're doing something that matters, if you're somebody, you are guaranteed to have at least one hater. Here's the number one reason why you shouldn't care about haters. They don't pay your bills. They don't live your life. They don't walk in your shoes. So ignore those noises. Focus on the people who you are meant to serve, even if it's just one person. Because if your story helps even one person feel seen or empowered, it's already worth it. Now, let's talk about another big one: overthinking. Overthinking convinces you that you are just being thorough, that you are preparing, that you are waiting for the perfect time. But let's call it what it really is: paralysis. Overthinking is fear dressed up as logic. You spin in circle, imagining worst-case scenarios that haven't even happened and probably won't. But you know what? There's no perfect time. There's no magic moment where everything aligns and you feel 100% ready. Any new parents would agree. You just have to start and do it. Let me share something from my own journey. I opened my dental practice without a business degree. Dental school didn't teach me how to be a leader, a marketer, a website designer, or a CEO. I didn't know how to hire or fire, how to pay something called an excise tax. I literally got a call from the state my first month in my business explaining what it was and how to pay it accordingly to the structure of my company. But I moved forward anyway, not because I had all the answers, but because I trusted that I would figure it out. And I did. Every challenge made me better. Every failure taught me something I couldn't learn from a textbook. I've had to learn new clinical skills while managing a team, managing overhead, and trying to become the best version of myself in the process. But I never let the fear of messing up stopping me, because the only real failure is not trying at all. Now, let's talk about perfectionism, the sneakiest form of fear. If you're anything like me, you've probably told yourself, I'll start when it's ready, or I just want to get it right. As a dentist, I was trained to be obsessed with precisions. We are talking half a millimeter kind of detail. And that's thinner than a piece of paper. But that mindset doesn't always serve you in business, relationships, or personal growth. Perfectionism feels safe. It gives you the illusion of control, but it keeps you stuck. You don't need to be perfect. You need momentum, progress, repetitions. You get clarity by doing, not by planning endlessly. And while we are being honest, let's talk about how hard we can be on ourselves. Somewhere along the way, we started believing that success has to happen fast, and it's not worth celebrating. But success isn't built overnight. It is built in quiet moments, small steps, consistency when no one's watching. So set realistic expectation. Give yourself grace. Allow yourself to grow without judgment. And please stop comparing your progress to someone else's. Comparison is a thief of joy. I don't know who said it first, but they were right. Looking at someone else's chapter 20 while you are in chapter 2 will only steal your energy. Compare your yesterday to your today, then compare your today to your tomorrow. That's where real growth happens. Laser focus on your own lane. The only competition that matters is you versus you. And remember this, confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after action. You build belief in yourself every time you show up, even when it's messy, imperfect, or uncomfortable. You don't need to feel ready to start. You just need to decide that fear no longer gets to drive. So if you've been waiting for a sign, let this be it. Apply for whatever that you want to do. Record your video, upload it. Do it because you are done letting fear run your life. You are ready, you are capable, and your future self will thank you. If this video helped you in any way, or if you needed to hear this today, give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. I will be forever grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.